I'm 97 years old now. I've outlived my wife. I've outlived my friends. I've even outlived the people who once worked against me. And somewhere along the way, I also outlived the version of myself that cared deeply about other people's opinions. I'm standing at the edge now, the very edge. I can see how far the drop is. And before I step off, I need to turn back and say something to those of you still dancing, still laughing, still convinced the party never ends. Because from where I'm standing, I can see something clearly. You're lying to yourselves. You walk through life wrapped in this comfortable, arrogant belief that time is on your side. You behave as if your days are inexpensive, as if you've got an endless supply stored away somewhere. I'm here to tell you the truth. You're already bankrupt. We're all going to die. You understand that fact in theory, but you don't feel it. You don't feel the weight of it pressed right up against you. If you did, you wouldn't live the way you're living now. So let me tell you a story. It was 1968. My best friend's name was Jack. Jack had everything. He was sharper than me, more handsome, and far wealthier. He was relentless, always closing deals, always winning. One night we were out celebrating a huge success of his. He leaned back in his chair, cigar in hand, completely confident, and he said to me, "5 more years. That's the plan. I push hard for 5 more years, hit my number, and then I'm done. Then I take Mary to Italy. Then I learn how to paint. Then I really start living." Jack had a plan, a beautiful plan. 3 days later, he walked out of his office building, clutched his chest, and collapsed on the sidewalk before he even understood what was happening. Massive heart attack. He was 42. He never went to Italy. He never painted a single canvas. I stood beside his coffin and I realized something important. The tragedy wasn't that Jack died. We all do. The tragedy was that Jack spent his entire life waiting for it to begin. He treated his existence like a holding area for a future that never arrived. A week later, I went to his office to clean out his desk. His calendar was packed months ahead. His inbox was overflowing with urgent messages. And you know what? The world kept moving. His company replaced him in 2 weeks. His clients forgot him in a year. And when I look at you now, I see Jack everywhere. You tell yourself the same stories. I'll be happy when I get promoted. I'll travel when things slow down. I'll fix that relationship later. Let me give you a fact from a 97-year-old man. There is no later. There is only now. And every time you trade today for a tomorrow that isn't guaranteed, you're making the worst gamble imaginable. Let's talk about your possessions. Your generation is obsessed with collecting things. You buy what you don't need, with money you don't have, to impress people you don't even enjoy being around. I live in one small room now. A bed, a chair, a photo of my wife. I once had a large house, expensive cars, a garage full of toys. And I'm telling you, with the clarity that only comes when the end is close, it was all meaningless. I've attended more funerals than I can count, and I've never once seen a moving truck following a hearse. When you're gone, your children will hire strangers to empty your home. Most of what you cherished will be thrown away. The rest will be sold for loose change. That's what your material success becomes. Future trash. So why are you exhausting yourself for it? Why are you working 60 hours a week, missing your child's childhood, just to pay for things that sit unused most of the time? It's insanity. You won't see it now. You'll only understand when you're sitting where I am. And by then, there are no refunds. Now let me tell you about the real win. It was 1979. I was named Businessman of the Year in my city. A big formal banquet, tuxedos, applause, bright lights. I walked up to the stage while everyone clapped, and in that moment I felt unstoppable, like I had cracked the code, like I had won. That night I went home carrying the trophy under my arm. The house was silent. The lights were off. My wife Eleanor was already asleep. The kids too. I sat alone at the kitchen table, poured myself a glass of scotch, and stared at that shiny piece of glass in my hands. And that's when it hit me. The applause was gone. The people in that room didn't care about me. They cared about what I produced, what I delivered, what I could give them. And the people upstairs, the ones who actually loved me, I had ignored for months just to earn that applause. I skipped my son's varsity games to stay late at the office. I missed anniversary dinners to finalize mergers. For what? That award is probably sitting in a box in some basement now. I don't even know where it is. But the look in my wife's eyes when I told her, again, that I wouldn't make it to dinner, that memory never left. Note: there were no mentions of 92 years old in this chapter, so no changes were necessary. You think your career is your legacy. It isn't. It's a transaction. You're selling hours of your life, hours you will never get back, to build something for someone else. If you collapsed and died today, your job listing would be online before your obituary was printed. Do not worship your career. It will not love you back. It will not sit beside you when the lights go out. So if the money is hollow and the career is a trap and the possessions are meaningless, what actually matters? I'll tell you, the only things you get to keep are the things you gave away. The love you gave, the time you gave, the moments of real connection. I sit here now and, well, I don't replay business deals in my head. I replay quiet Sunday mornings with Eleanor. I replay my daughter's laugh when she was 3 years old. I replay the day I helped a stranger push his car out of a snowbank. That's the only real wealth there is. So here's my challenge to you. No fluff, no nonsense. A simple strategy for the rest of your life. First, destroy your ego. You're terrified of looking foolish, so you never take the risk. You never start the business. You never ask the question. You never ask her out. Why? Because you're afraid of what people might think. Let me free you from that prison. Nobody is paying attention. They're too busy worrying about themselves. You are the main character only inside your own head. To everyone else, you're background noise. Stop letting imaginary judgment paralyze you. One day, their opinions will be buried right alongside them. Second, practice the last time. This is an old Stoic exercise, and honestly, it will change how you live. Whatever you're doing, remind yourself that one day you'll do it for the final time. One day you'll pick up your child for the last time. One day you'll kiss your partner for the last time. One day you'll drink your last cup of coffee. You don't know when that day is. It could be decades away. It could be today. If you live with that awareness, you'll never rush through moments again. You'll taste the coffee. You'll hold the hug longer. Third, wake up. I'm 97. My body aches. My vision is fading. But you're holding the winning ticket. You have your health. You have your youth. And you're spending it staring at a screen, numbing yourself. Stop. Go outside. Feel the air. Look at the sky. Call your mother. Forgive your enemy, not for them, but because you don't have time to carry that weight anymore. We are all going to die. That is the one certainty we share. But most people never truly live. They play it safe, they stay comfortable, and then they quietly disappear. Don't be like Jack. Don't wait for the 5-year plan. Eat the good food. Book the flight. Say I love you first, because the clock is ticking. Can you hear it? That sound is your life running out. Don't let it end empty.